Did you know that over 80% of people who keep baking soda at home have never tapped into its most powerful benefits, especially those that matter most to seniors? It's true. This simple, inexpensive white powder, tucked away in pantries across the country, carries far more healing potential than most people give it credit for. In fact, many health experts now consider it one of the most underappreciated wellness tools available to older adults today. Let that sink in. How many times have you used baking soda to clean your sink, freshen your fridge, or maybe help a recipe rise without ever wondering what else it might do specifically for your aging body? What if I told you that this simple white powder has been used for over a century in ways that could gently ease pain, restore comfort, and support the unique health needs of seniors? Why is no one talking about this? And what powerful remedies are we all missing out on? In this video, we'll uncover 7 remarkable ways baking soda can support senior health naturally, safely, and affordably. You'll also learn who should be cautious and how to use it wisely. If you care about your well-being and want practical tools to age with strength, you won't want to miss this. Let's get started. Before we dive in, if you haven't subscribed yet, I recommend you hit that button and turn on the bell so you never miss another health tip made just for you. If you enjoy this video, type 1 in the comments. If not, type 0 to let me know how I can make better content for you. 1 soothes itchy aging skin. As we age, our skin tells the story of a life well lived. Each fine line, each spot of dryness, each patch of sensitivity becomes a quiet reminder of time's gentle passing. Yet along with those stories come the discomforts, the persistent itchiness that wakes you at night, the tightness that no lotion seems to soothe, and the fragile feeling of skin that once was resilient. These are not just inconveniences, they're daily frustrations that wear on comfort and peace of mind. But hidden in your kitchen cabinet may be something surprisingly comforting. Baking soda, long celebrated for its cleaning power, also offers a simple natural remedy for the dryness and irritation that so often affects senior skin. When added to a warm bath, this humble white powder transforms the water into a gentle, alkaline soak that helps balance the skin's pH, reduce inflammation, and calm irritation. Just half a cup in a full tub can bring remarkable relief. Many older adults who try baking soda baths report not just softer skin, but a deep sense of ease, less itching, less redness, and a more restful night's sleep. Unlike commercial bath products, baking soda contains no fragrances, no dyes, no preservatives, nothing to aggravate already sensitive skin. It's a return to something pure and uncomplicated. In a world that often overwhelms us with chemical choices and overpromising labels, there's comfort in knowing that real relief can come from something so simple and close to home. Science echoes what many seniors already feel firsthand. Baking soda's ability to soothe skin stems from its mild anti-inflammatory and antimicrobial properties. It helps calm small rashes, lessen the discomfort of eczema, and restore the skin's natural softness without the need for harsh creams or expensive treatments. When combined with warm water, it doesn't just soothe the body, it settles the mind. It's a ritual of care and a small act of self-kindness that speaks volumes. If you're someone who has struggled to find a solution for your itchy skin, especially at night when discomfort can feel magnified, try drawing a baking soda bath. Let yourself soak in the stillness. Sometimes true relief isn't found in pharmacies, but in the quiet wisdom of simple things. And while baking soda may work wonders for the outside of your body, you may be surprised to learn what it can do inside your body, especially for your digestion. Ready to discover how it can ease one of the most common complaints among seniors? Let's explore. If you're still watching and finding these insights helpful, please comment number 1 below to let me know you're with me. Now, let's move on to point number 2. 2E's is age-related indigestion. As the years go by, even the simple joy of eating can become complicated. Meals that once brought comfort and connection now sometimes bring discomfort. That slow, heavy feeling in your chest, the unwelcome burn creeping up your throat, the pressure that lingers long after the plate is cleared. For many older adults, indigestion becomes an all-too-familiar companion at the table. It can sneak in quietly and stay for hours, turning nourishment into unease and robbing one of the pleasures that dining once offered so freely. This isn't just a matter of age, it's a result of how the body changes over time. The digestive system becomes more sensitive, slower to respond, and more easily irritated by certain foods or medications. And while over-the-counter solutions may promise fast relief, they often come with side effects or long-term risks that can be troubling for those managing other health conditions. That's why something as humble as baking soda can feel almost miraculous. A simple half teaspoon stirred into a glass of water, sipped slowly, can help calm the storm within. Because baking soda is naturally alkaline, it neutralizes the acid in the stomach that causes heartburn and indigestion. It doesn't just mask symptoms. It gently restores balance. There's something grounding about this remedy, something that speaks to a quieter, more intuitive kind of healing. It's not flashy or branded. It's not sold with slogans or hype. It's just comfort, plain and true, passed down through generations and confirmed by science. For seniors who are tired of reaching for pills or waking up with that gnawing discomfort, this old-fashioned approach can feel like a breath of fresh air. Of course, caution is always wise. Baking soda contains sodium, and for those with high blood pressure or kidney concerns, it must be used in moderation and with a doctor's guidance. But for occasional discomfort, especially after rich meals or late-night snacks, it can be a gentle ally, a small glass of relief right from your kitchen, and perhaps the most beautiful part, it puts healing back into your hands. No prescriptions, no waiting rooms, just the quiet knowledge that sometimes the body knows how to feel better with just a little help. But baking soda's quiet power doesn't stop with digestion. In fact, what it can do for your feet. Yes, your tired, aching, and sometimes overlooked feet might just surprise you. Next, 3 supports foot health and odor control. Our feet carry us through a lifetime. They've walked us across countless thresholds, into homes filled with family, along hospital halls, across quiet sidewalks at dusk. But with age, those same feet begin to speak back to us in new ways. They ache after a short walk. They swell without warning. Sometimes they itch, crack, or carry the quiet embarrassment of odor that no powder seems to solve. And for many seniors, tending to foot health becomes not just a matter of comfort, but of dignity. Yet once again, baking soda offers a quiet, powerful solution. It's easy to overlook our feet until discomfort demands our attention. But a simple ritual, soaking your feet in warm water with a few tablespoons of baking soda, can be transformative. This isn't just about softening calluses or deodorizing the skin. It's about creating space in the day to care for a part of the body that often goes neglected. As you lower your feet into the water, the baking soda begins its gentle work, neutralizing odor-causing acids, calming fungal activity and softening rough or inflamed skin. The warmth opens the pores, the alkalinity restores balance, and for a moment, your feet, those tired companions, feel seen, soothed, and supported. What makes baking soda especially comforting is that it asks so little. No prescriptions, no complicated tools, just a basin, some warm water, and a handful of this household powder. Seniors who've made this a weekly habit often report less cracking, fewer fungal issues, and most of all, a return of comfort, especially for those living with diabetes or limited mobility. And beyond the physical relief, there's something almost spiritual in the act of caring for your feet. It's an invitation to slow down, reconnect, and honor the body that has carried you so far. Odor, too, becomes less of a worry. Thanks to baking soda's natural ability to absorb moisture and kill bacteria, it leaves the skin fresher, drier, and less prone to the kinds of infections that so often trouble aging feet. But the care doesn't stop there, because while baking, soda can soothe the parts of us that walk the earth. It also plays a surprisingly helpful role in caring for the parts that help us smile, speak, and stay nourished, starting with our mouth. What it does for dentures and oral appliances may surprise you. Next. If you're still watching and finding these insights valuable, please comment number 1 below to let me know you're here. Now let's keep going with point number 4. 4. Freshens dentures and oral appliances. With age comes wisdom and sometimes the quiet realities of changing health. One of the most personal adjustments many seniors face is the shift from natural teeth to dentures, partials, or other oral devices. At first, it can feel like a loss of ease, of routine, even of confidence. The mouth, once taken for granted, now requires a little more attention, a little more care. And yet, in that care, something beautiful can be restored. That's where the gentle presence of baking soda makes all the difference. Unlike many commercial cleaners filled with strong chemicals and artificial fragrances, baking soda offers a natural, non-toxic way to keep oral appliances clean, fresh, and comfortable. Just a spoonful dissolved in warm water becomes a soothing soak, drawing out stains, lifting away debris, and neutralizing odor-causing bacteria. There's something reassuring about it. Simple, honest, and effective, like so many of the best remedies passed down through generations. But this is more than just cleaning. For seniors, maintaining a healthy, clean mouth can mean the difference between eating in comfort or in pain. It can mean enjoying conversations without worry and smiling freely again. Baking soda helps preserve that freedom, gently polishing without scratching, disinfecting without irritation, refreshing without chemicals. It restores not only the cleanliness of your dentures, but the confidence to wear them proudly, knowing they are as fresh and cared for as the rest of you. It's also ideal for sensitive mouths. Many older adults develop dry mouth or gum tenderness over time. In baking soda, mild, alkalizing, and soothing offers a safer alternative to harsher cleaning agents that can cause burning or discomfort. With daily or weekly use, many seniors find their appliances last longer, feel better, and smell noticeably fresher. And in that quiet ritual, dropping dentures into a glass, watching them soak as the water turns slightly cloudy, there's a sense of control, of ownership over one's health. It may be small, but it's meaningful. In caring for these appliances, we care for ourselves. We honor the ability to chew, to taste, to speak, to connect. But what if baking soda could do more than keep a smile fresh? What if it could actually ease the sharp burning pain of a gout attack when joints swell without warning and every step becomes a challenge? That's where we're headed next, and you won't want to miss it. 5 may help manage gout flare-ups. There's a particular kind of pain that only those who've experienced gout truly understand. It doesn't announce itself gently. It arrives suddenly, often in the middle of the night, gripping a joint like the big toe or ankle with searing heat, swelling, and stiffness that can feel unbearable. For seniors, this pain isn't just physical. It disrupts sleep, limits mobility, and chips away at independence. It makes simple things, walking to the kitchen, standing from a chair, suddenly difficult. Gout is caused by a buildup of uric acid, which crystallizes in the joints, igniting inflammation. For years, many have turned to prescription medications for relief, and while those are often necessary, there's also a quiet remedy that lives in most kitchen cabinets: baking soda. Though it may seem too simple to be true, baking soda or sodium bicarbonate is naturally alkaline, which means it can help neutralize the acidity in your bloodstream. Some early studies and anecdotal reports suggest that when taken in small amounts, just a half teaspoon mixed into a glass of water, baking soda may assist in making the body's environment less favorable for uric acid buildup. The idea is not to replace medical treatments, but to support the body's internal balance, especially during the early signs of a flare. But more than its chemical function, there's something comforting about having a simple, natural option at your fingertips. No refills, no complicated instructions, just a quiet moment at the kitchen sink, a glass of cool water, and the knowledge that you're taking a small step toward comfort. For seniors who feel overwhelmed by complex health regimens, this kind of gentle self-care can feel empowering. It's important, of course, to consult with a healthcare provider, especially for those managing blood pressure or kidney issues, as baking soda contains sodium. But for many, when used wisely, it has helped bring relief not only to aching joints, but to the anxiety that often accompanies chronic pain. And as the swelling fades and movement becomes easier, what follows is more than just physical relief. It's the return of a small freedom. The freedom to move, to walk, to live without wincing. But baking soda's ability to soothe doesn't stop at the joints. In fact, it may even bring comfort where few expect it, in those moments of urinary discomfort that can disrupt your day. Let's explore what it can do there. Next, 6. Helps calm urinary discomfort. There are few discomforts more quietly distressing than the burning, stinging sensation of a urinary tract issue. For many older adults, especially women, it can become an unwelcome recurring visitor. What begins as a slight urgency quickly turns into a constant need to go, only to be met with pain, irritation, and a sense that something just isn't right. It disrupts sleep, affects confidence, and can quietly steal the joy from everyday routines like walking, resting, or even simply laughing. At this stage of life, our bodies become more vulnerable to imbalance. The natural changes of aging, medications, hydration habits, and even mobility all play a role. While antibiotics are often necessary to fully treat infections, there is still something powerful and peaceful about finding a natural way to soothe the discomfort while waiting for healing to take hold. That's where baking soda comes in. Once again, proving that healing doesn't always come from the pharmacy shelf. A small amount, just half a teaspoon stirred into a glass of water, may help reduce the acidity of urine, calming the burning sensation that makes every trip to the bathroom feel like a struggle. This gentle shift in pH may ease irritation, even if only slightly, offering a kind of quiet comfort when it's most needed. It's not a cure, and it's certainly no substitute for medical care when symptoms persist, but it's a way of caring for yourself in those fragile moments, a reminder that you still have some control over your body and your comfort. For seniors, especially who often juggle multiple conditions and medications, the simplicity of this remedy can be a welcome relief. There is dignity and comfort in being able to move through your day without that dull ache in the lower abdomen, in feeling like your body is not working against you, but with you. And for many, a warm glass of water with baking soda becomes more than a remedy. It becomes a small act of restoration. And yet, even as we tend to internal discomforts, another kind of challenge sometimes arises, this one visible, sharp, and tender. Because just as baking soda can soothe the burning inside, it may also offer relief for the tiny, painful sores that appear in the mouth, making even a sip of water feel like a burden. Let's look at how it brings healing there. Next, 7. Treats canker sores naturally. It's a small thing almost invisible to others. Tender spot inside the mouth, a shallow ulcer on the inner cheek, under the tongue, or along the gums. But for those who've experienced cankerosaurs, the pain is sharp, lingering, and disproportionate to its size. It interrupts meals, makes conversation uncomfortable, and turns even a sip of warm tea into a wincing experience. For seniors whose mouths may already be more delicate due to dry mouth, medications, or dental changes, the sting of a canker sore can be deeply disruptive. Though minor, these sores carry more weight than they appear to. They often arrive after periods of stress, fatigue, or small injuries from biting or rough foods. And while they do eventually heal, the days in between can feel longer than they should. In those moments, it's natural to want something gentle, something effective, and above all, something safe. Baking soda offers just that with its natural alkalinity and mild antiseptic qualities. Baking soda helps restore balance in the mouth, reducing the acidity that often worsens canker sore irritation. A simple rinse, half a teaspoon of baking soda dissolved in a glass of warm water, used once or twice a day, can soothe pain, reduce inflammation, and support healing. It's not just folklore. Even dental studies have shown that baking soda rinses can help reduce the discomfort of recurrent mouth ulcers and promote faster recovery. But more than the science, there's something quietly reassuring about turning to such a simple, familiar substance. It's the kind of remedy a grandmother might have whispered to you as a child, passed down through time. It's costless, colorless, and carries no side effects, just calm. For seniors wary of new medications or strong chemical rinses, this humble solution becomes a gentle friend. And in those quiet moments when you swirl the warm water, tip your head back, and rinse away the sting, it's more than a treatment. It's a pause, a breath, a small act of self-kindness. And while baking soda soothes these silent sores, what if it could do more? What if it could actually help your body perform better? Give your muscles more endurance, reduce fatigue, and support energy during exercise or physical therapy. You might be surprised by what comes next. The quiet power of simple things, a senior's path to gentle healing. As we reach the later chapters of life, there's a quiet shift in how we look at health. It's no longer just about fixing what's broken. It becomes about preserving what still works, comforting what's tired, and nurturing what remains. In this journey, simplicity often becomes our greatest ally, and few things embody that truth more than baking soda. Throughout this video, we've uncovered 7 ways this humble white powder can make a meaningful difference in the lives of seniors. From easing the sting of a canker sore to reducing joint pain, from soothing urinary discomfort to freshening oral appliances, baking soda shows us that sometimes the most powerful remedies are not hidden in laboratories or locked behind pharmacy counters. They're already with us, right there on the kitchen shelf, waiting to be understood. But this is not just a list of uses. It's a gentle reminder of something deeper. Our bodies still deserve care even when they are no longer young. And that care doesn't have to be complicated. It can be found in warm water, in quiet rituals, in simple ingredients handled with intention. The act of mixing baking soda into a glass of water, soaking tired feet at the end of the day, or rinsing a sore mouth. These are not just treatments. They are acts of self-respect, small, quiet declarations that say, I matter. My comfort matters. My well-being still deserves attention. We live in a world that often moves too fast, pushing us toward newer, flashier solutions. But for those who have lived long enough, there is wisdom in turning back to basics. There is grace in slowing down and finding healing in what's familiar, honest, and time-tested. Of course, baking soda is not a cure-all. It must be used wisely and with care, especially for those with kidney conditions, high blood pressure, or other medical concerns. But under the right circumstances, it can be a powerful complement to a lifestyle rooted in mindfulness, balance, and simplicity. And perhaps the greatest lesson of all is this: taking care of yourself doesn't need to be expensive, overwhelming, or high-tech. It can start with a pinch of powder, a glass of water, and a willingness to listen to your body. For seniors navigating the delicate balance of aging gracefully, baking soda isn't just a remedy. It's a quiet companion in the pursuit of peace, comfort, and dignity. So the next time you walk past that little orange box in your cupboard, don't just see a cleaning agent. See potential, see healing, see an old friend. One that just might help you feel a little better one day at a time. These lessons are meant to inspire you to live fully and authentically. Now, I'd love to hear from you. Take a moment to reflect and share one thing you've learned and plan to apply in your own life. Let's support each other on this journey toward embracing these truths. If you enjoyed this video, please leave a comment with Yakwan. If not, feel free to comment with your feedback. Means a lot to us. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our YouTube channel for more content like this. Thank you for watching, and here's to living life on your own terms.